Hey, in this video we'll be reviewing the Overland Vehicle System's UFO light and speaker system. And it's humongous, but I love it. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Robert with Sherburne Outdoors, and today we're going to be discussing camp lighting. Specifically the Overland Vehicle System's UFO Solar Light system here, and actually includes a Bluetooth speaker. All right, let's just go and get the elephant in the room. This thing is huge. When I first got it, I mean, if you look at it here, it's an actual suitcase. With that said, it's pretty cool. It does take up a lot of space. It is absolutely bulky, and as we get into this, you'll see that I'm not sure how I've ever lived without this. Now you guys know that in the past I've been using these Roam boxes, and I have really decreased all of the space and the items that I'm trying to think. So when I think of camp lighting, I'm thinking of things like the size of my fist or smaller. I never imagined that I would ever be looking at a large system like this, but this thing is freaking awesome. I've gotten to the point where I just may leave this in the Gladiator all the time. It's ungodly useful. Hey, let's get into this thing and look at what we got here. So I have been out on 3 trips with this so far. I charged it up one time. I'll get into the specs, and I haven't charged it up since then. I don't leave it on all night or anything like that, but let's go ahead and open this up. So if we look inside of this box, it's very well put together. Once you get this open, I mean, it's pretty cool. You got your system here. It's very well built. Everything has a spot. So the first things first is the unit. Pretty cool. It's got a cover on it. You flip it over. This is where all the magic happens. You got your light pods, you got your lights around here, you got your ability to turn it on, and then right here in the middle is where the Bluetooth speaker goes. I'll throw that up in a second. Let me put this over to the side. Continuing to look in this box, I mean, this thing's really well built, put together, and well thought out. I thought this was going to kind of come in just a little bag and just the pieces banged around and stuff, but these are in completely cut out slots inside of this foam. Nothing moves, nothing rattles. Got your main unit here that holds everything up, and everything screws into the bottom of this like so. We'll put this together in a few minutes, but just pops up like that, and when you're done, you just put it back in these well-defined slots, and you're good to go. You got your main unit here, and then inside here, you've got your charging cable. This thing is DC chargeable. Obviously, you can put this into a brick, and then you've got your Bluetooth speaker, which is pretty cool. Never thought I needed a Bluetooth speaker in here, and I got so many of these. But this is very useful. I use this out on the campsite, and you know what? I haven't charged it up either. So let's throw this in here, and let's just take a look at this light, how it works. So let's take off the cover. And the reason it does have a cover on here is because it does have a solar panel inside of here. So if you've got access to sun during the day, you can charge this up. It says it takes about 20 hours to charge the entire unit, and about 10 hours with DC power to charge the entire unit. I say that's probably about right. Now with that said, I have done 3 trips where I had this on for several hours, and I haven't had any issues so far. I'm gonna give this a charge up. But on the side here, this is where all the inputs and outputs, so you've got a USB input here. You do have a power switch. It does need to be powered on. And then you actually have a USB output if you need to charge something. I've got so much power station, power banks out that I haven't really given that any thought. The other piece here, you turn it on and just pops on. All right, this is one of my gripes coming to this. If I go from high to medium to low, a lot of change. Here's a picture of me out at the campsite with this on. It lights it up pretty good. I think I kept it on low the entire time. And if you want to just keep clicking through or just turn it off, just hold it all the way down. So this is what these outer lights do. Now it also has this is really the cool part of this entire system here. It has these inner pods. So it's got 3 of them. They also make a flat one of these. I've seen in different manufacturers where they'll have 4 pods, but this one comes with 3. In addition to having this turned on here with the light system, you can turn these on. They'll pop on, and they have a little bit more capabilities. That's high. Then you hold it down, turn it all the way off again. That's high, low, and this is really cool. So if you got a lot of mosquitoes and stuff, you can move to an amber mode. So not to attract these. These 3 pods will go to that. Unfortunately, the big light itself will not. This is something I never thought I needed, is it actually has a flashlight. And this is where I'm getting into the differences of this entire system. As these pods come off, I've got this flashlight here. I can make it flash. I can set it up. Now before, when I was out and about, I'd have something similar like this all around the campsite. I'd have it hanging around the stove. I'd have it doing, if you look here, I'm using this out on the back of the Gladiator with the jet boil system cooking dinner. I got 2 of them on both sides, and they're just hanging from the tailgate. Now these do have a nice hook system built in here where you can just very easily hang these off, or it does have a magnet in here as well. And that's how it attaches to here, but you can also take this and just pop it on anything that's got a magnetic base. Works extremely well. I didn't think the flashlight would work that great, but I tell you what, it works really, really good when you're at campsite. I mean, you don't need to light it up. And so when you're done, you can just turn everything off by holding it down, put it back in its spot, and you are good to go. And this will charge itself off of the main battery here, or if you're out and about, it does have USB charging capabilities right here, so you can plug it in as well. That is the overall light system as the unit here goes. I tell you what, let's put this together and see what it looks like standing up. So taking this unit, put it to the side, put this over here, it does come with these 3 spring-loaded items. So if the wind is moving around, this won't blow. These actually just come inside of here and plug in. Okay, now this is all set up and ready to go to camp. It's very easy. It just has these 3 poles that go into this main chute here. You can go up and down here with telescopic. You get pretty high up with this. I'm just going to put it right here for video purposes. And then each of these legs down here are telescopic as well. And you just screw them in just by holding it right there. And this is pretty good. It's inside of here, it does have this little hook right here that you can hook a sandbag or some kind of weighted function if you need to put this down. It also does right here have these latches at the bottom that you can actually hook in stakes, and then if you need to decrease, it does have these telescopic legs built in. This is pretty heavy duty stuff. And again, when you're at the campsite, just take this and change so we're high, medium, and low. I don't really notice a lot of difference with this. Just put on your main lights here just by putting them in. And then if you need to take them down, you've got your latches here. We need to pull one out and hook it to something. We very easily can just pop it off right here at the side with these hooks and just hook it off the side or whatever it is that we need to hook it to. Just like I had talked about before, I hook these up into my rooftop tent. I put them around the campsite. I put them in the awnings. I put them around the tailgate of the Jeep Gladiator when I'm cooking. It is very, very convenient. All right, let's throw this back up in there and continue on. Again, we got the Bluetooth speaker. That may or may not. Nothing exciting there. It is inside of here, and it is pretty loud. So let's hook this up and actually look at this and see what it looks like as putting the lights in. So again, this is high, medium, and low. I don't really notice that big a difference, but I mean, this is usually what I have it on is low. When we're out at the site, I have this sitting in the middle, and this thing is absolutely great. And then when I need to grab a pod, I just take it off and running. If I need a flashlight, just click these buttons again, and now I've got a flashlight, lighting everything up. Are there better flashlights? You bet there are. Is this good enough for camp? It sure is. It is just great. And then when you're done, you just put this back in, just like when we started, and we just go on our way and just work around the campsite. Love this thing. Don't know how I lived without it. What are my final conclusions on this thing? I tell you what, I really, really like it. It is, gosh, just so big. It has just changed how I look at lighting for camping and overlanding. Before I had lanterns, I had little things in my bags, and I had a whole set of pockets inside the Molly, inside the Roam Adventure cases for this. All of those are gone. I tried to pull them out, tried to use them. There's just no use for them at this point in time because everything is here in this one unit. Put a couple of these together, you basically have like a parking garage at your campsite. I mean, it'll light it up, or construction zone, whatever you want to say. You have at least 2 of these things going. I got turned on to this by the guys by Matt over at Ozark Overland Adventures. I saw this on one of his camping videos and absolutely loved it. Went and looked around. So this is about $369 on Overland Vehicle Systems website. Look around, you can get a sale. I paid $259 for this on a sale in early November. And so I was pretty happy with that. And so I'm extremely happy. If I would have them change some things, God, you know, it would be great if that case wasn't so humongous. Even though it's big, I will make room for this in my adventures. If it has to sit up in the front seat with me, it's coming on the road, or we have to duct tape it to the front bumper. Other things I would like, you know, I love these lights, and I love that they charge up in here, but I would like just to be able to hit one button here, and it turns everything on, everything off. That'd be great. I also would like if these outer rings right here, if they could go amber as well. That amber is a big deal. I live in the South. We get mosquitoes the size of your car. So having the amber lights is really, really good. I wish they would have that. Other than that, I'm very happy with this unit, other than it being humongous. So, hey, if you found a lot of value in this, go ahead and click that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Click that bell. We got a lot of new content coming out. And look for this out in the future camping videos when we're out on the trail. We got a lot happening. So again, everybody have a great weekend. Thanks for your time, and check out what we got going on at Sherburne Outdoors.